I got the sticky. It makes controlling it real tricky. I got the stick, it's so sticky. And when I wanna go one way, it's finicky. Oh, hello! Didn't see you there. Welcome to Punk Rock Review, home of a bunch of opinionated crap you don't care about. Also the home of the feedback you provide that we don't care about. Keeps us on an even playing field, and we like that. Real quick shout out to our sponsor. That was fast. We don't have one. Moving straight into it today. Today, you might have caught that early little song we were working on. We didn't know you were going to get here at the time you did. You got here a little early, so that's okay. You caught kind of how we do all of the stuff here and start off the show. But we'll just continue because you deserve to get that beginning insight into, how the sausage is made here. So, without further ado, what are we talking about? Well, you know that everything that you heard kind of struck a chord, right? Did it not? Did it not? And that was our intention. We wanted to get those thoughts going because you're like, sticky, makes controlling tricky. What are they talking about? Stick drift in consoles. Oh man. And because we are professional gamers with a broken gaming sign, we'll just get right into it and tell you. It's not broken, it just needs fucking batteries. Fuck! There's none in there. Stick drift is a common problem that affects many gamers today, and there's nothing to be embarrassed about. If you have stick drift issues, then you might just have to rewrite yourself and either get it fixed and or go and purchase an outside, peripheral to take the place of your original, controller or issue that has stick drift. Now, there's a variety of stick drift issues that may affect many gamers, okay? Some people have big stick drift. Some people have little stick drift, okay? And the size of the stick drift doesn't matter, all right? That's what we're trying to say. The size of the stick drift doesn't matter, okay? You can have big stick drift or little stick drift. Either way, you're drifting, okay? So, when a controller has reached this point in its life, and many of you older gamers might know this, before there were, joysticks and thumbsticks on multiple pads, with the exception of Atari. One button, right? For you older gamers that were playing Atari like when we started playing games. Stick drift was never an issue on that, because there was one way you were gonna drift, and it's the way you're fucking going, right? You got your one button. But current gamers, it's a different world out there, and stick drift affects many of us. And there's many ways to address this. Now, first, you might want to say to yourself, do I have little stick drift, or do I have big stick drift? Now, be honest, because there's different ways to fix each one. And if you have a little stick drift, and you address it like a big stick drift problem, might be drifting a little out of the way. So, with little stick drift, things like minor deviations in your, movement and stuff like that on Nintendo Switch, okay? Now, this is going to be one of the easier things to cover because Nintendo Switch affords you the opportunity to purchase individual sticks. Now, they still come in at a hefty little penny, man, at usually like $30-40 a piece. However, brand new, we found this dude on clearance for $12. Now, luckily we weren't suffering from Nintendo Switch stick drift. However, we do have some PlayStation stick drift in our, gaming history, as well as some Xbox stick drift in our gaming history. And these are things that are hard to admit, but the minute we start talking about these things and being open about the conversation, we can talk about how stick drift affects most gamers, okay? So, we lucked out and were able to rectify a non-existent precursor stick drift issue, okay, by preemptively circumventing a stick drift issue down the road. Now, Nintendo Switch was known for some of their stick drift issues early on. Since have they been fixed? We don't know, because all we can do is focus on how to make our gaming experience better. And when you suffer from stick drift, if you don't have the funds to get it addressed, you might be drifted with your stick a little more than you should. Okay? So, Nintendo offers little solutions to repair parts of stick drift. Okay, now this is without, of course, going in and actually getting it fixed, because there are ways to, redo stuff. If you actually go into the controller and fix it up and, kind of get it to the factory specifications of how it should function and needs to function. However, you probably void some warranties, and there's some work to do with that. So you should leave that to trained professionals who are really good at handling stick drift issues. Okay? And these dudes have handled a lot of stick drift. Usually the people who repair any of the stick drift issues, they have a stick in their hand 9 out of 10 times in the day. If you were to see them, they would have it. Now, what we went ahead and did, because they had them on clearance, is we went ahead and got a second one too. So we got the plus, we got the minus, we got the plus and minus, and we will be set for all of our stick drifting needs. And that's what it comes down to as far as being prepared preemptively for it to happen. Now, what do we do when stick drift does happen? Well, you already know. You kind of have to fix that shit, or else it'll throw off your entire gaming session, piss you off, and make you not want to, contend with or deal with anything. So, might we recommend that when those sales come up, when those deals come up, when Black Friday rolls around and it's like, hey, do you want another Xbox controller or PlayStation controller? And it's like, nah, man, I got one. It's fine. It's a little old or something like that, man. I haven't had any problems with it. You look at your Uncle Rock here and you be like, hey, Uncle Rock said while it's on sale, while it's on clearance, while it's on a deal, that's the time that it has the most appeal, because there's nothing worse than coming down with a bad case of stick drift right around the time that, a new title releases, okay, and you don't get that full release in your play sesh, okay? Nothing's worse than that. But if you had a backup controller on hand already, all right, use the forethought, being like, hey, stick drift is a common issue that affects many people. I'm not, a bad person for encountering stick drift, okay? A lot of people have to encounter and deal with stick drift on a daily basis, and that doesn't make you less of a person. And the minute that you realize that, and you start taking, precursory steps to prevent stick drift, okay? Because it can affect anyone at almost any time. Maybe not even while you're playing. Maybe you leave a controller on a couch or a chair or a bed, and someone throws a sweatshirt on or a pillow on, and it slams into that joystick on there, that thumbstick, and just keeps it held for a minute, right? Well, that's going to cause to early symptoms of stick drift. Or it could. So you just need to be careful. Be aware of, what steps you're taking to prevent it, because as stick drift affects many, many gamers, worldwide, us here at Punk Rock Review, we are at the forefront of trying to address this, epidemic amongst the gaming community. All right? And that's why, for the low price of any fucking amount of money you can spare, you can help spread this message to all ones of our viewers. Hi, Mom. But that's about it. Stick drift affecting gamers, don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy to come forward and share your stick drift, things. As we come together as a community and talk about these things, we can address stick drift together. So, stick drift affecting, affecting gamers. What can be said about this one? Well, it's a good old-fashioned H. Fuck. It gets a good old-fashioned H. It's a fucking H. Because we're here for you. We're here for you so that we can talk it out and get you over your stick drift, It's not even a problem. It's more an issue that is a problem. So, remember, when we talk about these things, we're able to address it as a community and as gamers and as individuals who may suffer from stick drift. This has been Punk Rock Review. Have a good one. You probably didn't. We'll catch you next time. Probably won't. Get your stick drift looked at. Could be important. Could save your gaming session somewhere down the road.